What is up, everybody? It's Staying Classy from IntegrityGamer.com and also the Integrity Gamer PlayStation 4 community, and we're checking out What Remains of Edith Finch today for the very first time. This is one of my most anticipated games of last year. However, of course, it didn't come out last year. So it just got released today. I pre-ordered it. Should have played it last night at midnight, but there's other things in life apart from games. One day, some of you will find that out. Anywho, happy to share my very first impressions of the game with you this fine afternoon. I just started up the game. I have no idea what's going on in the game. I have a very vague idea what the game's about. And so let's get in this together. If you haven't already, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and all that other good stuff. Check out IntegrityGamer.com. Follow us on Twitter, like us on Facebook, all that other junk. Anyway, let's jump into this thing, see what this game is about. I really have little to no clue. This comes from Giant Sparrow, which is the game company behind a pretty well-known game called The Unfinished Swan. Let's do this.
A lot of this isn't going to make sense to you, and I'm sorry about that. I'm just going to start at the beginning, with the house.
Also, feel free to comment, check in your comments on YouTube, and if you got any questions or whatever, just hit me up. Always love to interact.
Someone had put up a chain link fence, but it looked like I wasn't the first person to hop it. I lived here until I was 11, but I wasn't allowed inside half the rooms.
Sounds like a tortured childhood.
Inside the mailbox were bills from 7 years ago, marked urgent, open immediately.
Checks in the mail.
I hadn't been back since my brother Lewis's funeral.
It's kind of cool. Got the letters that just fell to the ground when we pushed open the gate. It's a cool effect.
In her will, my mother left me a key, but didn't tell me what it unlocked. Maybe she thought I'd know. Or she thought that the mystery would be enough to bring me back.
Alright, looks like there's a couple ways we could go here. Let's go up the hill.
No one had driven this way in a long time, but I saw a few hoof prints.
Definitely like the very fluid 60 frames a second look to this game. It's quite nice. Very similar deer moment happens in the game Firewatch right at the beginning too. I wonder if that wasn't a nod to the guys over at Campo Santo.
The truth is, even after I inherited the house, I never thought I'd come back to it. But now I had questions about my family that only the house knew the answers to. The house was exactly like I remembered it, the way I'd been dreaming about it.
It's a pretty insane looking house. Yeah, I actually do want to see where the frog's at. See if we can get into the water. I don't think it's going to let us. Alright. And the immortal words of Sram, moving on.
I asked Edie once about the dragon in the pond. She said it had killed her husband. I was 6. It seemed like an odd joke to me, even then. As a child, the house made me uncomfortable in a way I couldn't put into words.
Poor little Hilton Finch. He's missing.
Now, as a 17-year-old, I knew exactly what those words were. I was afraid of the house.
It's a 17-year-old. So old and wise. So much experience at that age. Looks like they recycle. Suckers.
Crawling through the doggy door used to be a lot easier when I was 11. The power had been turned off the night we left. For the first time in years, I felt like I was home. But instead of a family, there were just memories of one. Like how only one restaurant would deliver to our house, so we had Chinese a lot. Or how after Louis started working at the cannery, we all got sick of eating salmon. Except our cat, Molly. The table was still a wreck from the night we left. It was like a bomb had gone off, killing everyone but sparing the furniture.
Sounds like an Islamic terrorist attack to me. Womp, womp, womp.
My mom was the only one of us who could imagine Great-Grandma Edie living in a nursing home. Nothing in the house looked abnormal. There was just too much of it, like a smile with too many teeth. Even the fireplace had a story. Edie told me the bricks came from the original house, after it sank.
So as you might have guessed, this game is, one of those quote-unquote experience games, otherwise known as walking simulators, which I quite enjoy. Don't know how I feel about this game yet, though.
Great-Grandpa Sven built a music box for Barbara, along with the rest of the house.
Yes, I did notice the key icon. We're going to get back to it here in just a moment. I just want to suss out the rest of the house here.
My mom wasn't much of an optimist, but she never stopped believing that my brother Milton was alive.
These people have enough books. It'd be like some sort of like makeshift library in this house. It's crazy. Packing peanuts.
A lot of things got left behind in the whirlwind of that last night.
Which I'm sure the game is going to explain to us what that whole thing's about.
Edie told me once that every Finch who ever lived is buried somewhere in the library.
Interesting. Family almost seems cult-like. It's a little creepy.
After Milton disappeared, Mom sealed up all the bedrooms. Then Edie retaliated and drilled peepholes.
Milton. I stand corrected. Looked like Hilton on the poster. Indeed, it was Milton.
Molly always seemed like a girl I could imagine being friends with. If she hadn't died in 1947. I spent a lot of time playing in Great Uncle Walter's room. I think my mom sometimes regretted not sealing it up. Lewis told me there were secret passages, but I never believed him.
20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. I doubt any of you have actually read that. Unless you're, over the age of 30 maybe.
Turns out, my mom was really good at keeping secrets. Now it was time to find out what my mom had been afraid of.
Alright, let's do this.
Reading this, maybe it sounds like I had a plan. From the paintings on the wall, it was clear my brother Milton had been here before me. But I had no idea what was behind that door. Just like I had no idea where all this was gonna lead.
I almost feel like the house is an analogy for the secrets and dysfunctionality, perhaps, of the family, the Finch family. Not completely sure on it, but that's my theory, my working theory at this moment.
I grew up looking at Molly's room through the peephole. Molly's gerbil had a tiny bedroom with its own even tinier gerbil cage.
December 13th, 1947. Dear Diary, I'll be gone soon, but I wanted to tell somebody about what's gonna happen. It started when Mom sent me to bed without dinner. I woke up and I was starving, so I looked around for something to eat. My Halloween candy was all gone.
Hate when that happens.
The gerbil food was dry, but I didn't mind it.
Oh no, you ate gerbil food. In this case, a dried up carrot. Kinda gross. You gonna eat some fish food too? Let's find out.
I thought about eating Christopher, but I held back.
Dang.
Mom, can I come out now?
Sweetheart, it's late. Go to sleep.
Who locks their kid's bedroom door? That's just strange. And darkly off-putting.
I kept eating and eating.
Toothpaste? Ugh. No thanks. No, thank you. No danke.
I ate a lot of things that night.
I mean, I could be wrong, but aren't those berries supposed to be poisonous or not good for you? If you happen to know, you let me know in the comment section.
Then I heard chirping outside my window.
And then I thought I could eat a bird.
It was a barn swallow going back to her nest. I reached out for her.
And fell to your death. That's where this is going, isn't
And
it?
suddenly, I was a cat.
That's interesting. Oh, cool. You can hear the purring. Really no idea what I'm doing as a cat here. Okay.
I tried to be quiet, but the bird was really scared.
Guess you could say this game is getting pretty cat-tastic. No? Colossum? No? Alright, this is a bit annoying. Excusez-moi. It's my fat. It's my fault, really. I haven't properly hydrated today. Alright. So, I know what we're doing.
Mom and Dad didn't even look at me.
Well, you are a cat. Alright, one moment. And we're back. We really need to get some water. Alright, let's do this.
I jumped and I almost got her. I could tell she was getting really tired. Now I was up in the big tree. I promised Dad I wouldn't climb it anymore. All I cared about was eating that mama bird. I gobbled her up. And suddenly, I was an owl. First, all I heard was the wind.
Awesome.
Then I heard little teeth nibbling in the grass.
Yep, field mouse. Who doesn't love snow owls or barn owls? Or the great northern owl? Such cool creatures.
Rabbits.
I like rabbits too. But you are not getting away.
I imagined his face looking up and seeing mine through my talons. I swallowed him up, and I didn't chew one bit. Then I flew off to find something bigger.
Dang.
A mama rabbit.
Alright, eagle flight. Excuse me, owl flight. Not as easy as you would think.
She was almost too big to carry. I started choking, but I couldn't stop eating. And suddenly, I was a shark.
This game is insane. You're a shark rolling down a hill. Are you even close to a body of salt water? I mean, come on here. What, are we just making this game up as we go along?
I rolled off a cliff and into the ocean.
Oh
Now,
man.
I was hungrier than ever.
This child has a very vivid imagination.
I wanted fat, juicy seals.
Who doesn't, right?
I tore off the flipper and it tasted really good.
Where's the rest? Dun 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 dun.
Grabbed on tight. And I was so hungry, I jumped out of the water. When I opened my eyes, everything had changed.
Oh no, what am I, a snake now? An octopus? I'm guessing an octopus. This is just so bizarre.
Now I was a monster, and I smelled people everywhere.
Okay. This is why you don't lock children up in their rooms at night. Sounds like Christmas Carol. Let's eat that Porsche.
I was big, but I moved real quiet.
Hello. Oh no. Which approach do I want to use? Around here. Sounds like a drunk guy. It's gonna be unsuspecting. What shall we do with the drunken sailor? Actually sang this in choir in elementary school. He was first or second grade. Sounds like Burl Ives. I could be wrong. I want that bird. I'm not gonna lie. Oh, buddy, this is not your night.
After the last passenger, I was still hungry. And to cross the water, I smelled something new. Something I had to have, so I swam towards it.
Maybe this part is an analogy for her eating disorder, right? Like, she's trying to eat her pain away? I don't know. It's crazy, though. It is
Slithered onto
crazy.
the sand, and the good smell went into an old pipe.
Up through a toilet, really? Isn't that like every kid's worst nightmare? Some snake or something's gonna come out through the toilet as they're occupying it. You gonna eat yourself? Is that where this is going? Yeah. That's exactly where this is going. Although I wonder if we could eat that fish first. I don't think so.
All of my stomach started growling. And suddenly, I was me again. I held my breath for a long time, but I couldn't hear anything. I think it's waiting for me to fall asleep. But it's not going to wait much longer. It needs to feed, and we both know I will be delicious.
Insane in the membrane. Yeah. That is Captain Insano right there.
I'm not sure if I
Crazy.
believed all of that, but I'm sure Edie would have.
Alright. Looks like it dressed as like some sort of gothic teen. Was it like 1994?
I can't describe it, but I felt like some part of Molly was still here.
Perhaps 96. You're super into Marilyn Manson. So lame. Yeah, I don't know. I want to do that key thing down there, but...
This will be obvious later, but my mom never told me any of these stories. Edie would have, but Mom didn't like bringing up the past. Though, when we adopted a stray kitten, she was the one who named it Molly. I spent a lot of time in Great-Grandma Edie's room. We got along, and it was a good place to hide from my mom.
It's like a moratorium for birds.
Edie gave a big interview about a mole man living under the Finch house. My mom was furious.
It's interesting.
Louis died a week before we left, but Edie had already started to memorialize him. Her room was like a museum. Even in her 90s, sometimes Edie seemed a lot younger than my mother.
Wow.
The only trace Grandpa Sam's first wife, Kay, left on the house was the pink bathroom. It was a pretty big trace.
No way. It looks like a pink nightmare. Oh, no, 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 I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. No. No, don't. Can we not do this? Alright.
There's a secret in this bathroom. It's in the last place you would look.
Is it in the toilet? A crazy creature coming out of it?
It isn't in the cupboard. It's hidden in this book. Sven gave Sam an old camera he'd refurbished. He never put it down.
I don't like that this game is not letting me kind of explore the house in the way that I want to. I don't want to be just tied down and limited to doing this in any certain order. It seems kind of lame. There we go. That's what I want to do. I really want to go downstairs and probably do the key thing I should have done. I know Edie's story is probably going to be over here, I guess. Why not?
For 500 years, the Finches have been famous throughout Norway for their fortune and misfortune.
Real news, get it? Ha 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 ha.
Odin Finch buries the latest victims of the family curse, his wife Ingeborg and their newborn son, Johan.
This game feels like a game written and designed by Wes Anderson.
On January 7th, 1937, he set sail with his family and his house, hoping to leave the curse behind.
Like, this game feels like a game version or a game hugely inspired by the movie The Royal Tenenbaums, which is a Wes Anderson film. Pretty hilarious movie.
But
Very
40-foot
quirky.
waves off the coast of Washington send the house and Odin to the bottom of the sea.
Poor Odin.
Odin's daughter Edie, with husband Sven and baby Molly, step ashore on their new home, Orcas Island. Odin Finch is the first to be buried in the new family cemetery. His daughter Edie is already dreaming of a new Finch house. Whatever's wrong with this family, it goes back a long ways.
It usually does. It usually does.
When Edie told people Sven was killed by a dragon, she could also have said he was building a dragon-shaped slide that collapsed. She could have, but she didn't.
Interesting.
I hadn't thought of myself as Edith Jr. for a long, long time. One summer, they evacuated the island, but Edie refused to go. For a few weeks, she was a celebrity.
Alright, let's get in this secret crawl space, which this house seems to be full of. If you're just joining the broadcast, thanks for watching. Please like the video. Consider subscribing to our channel. It does help out. It's good encouragement, and I'd like to bring you more sweet content. Fort Calvin. This isn't the child's room, is it? Fort Sam.
I knew Grandpa Sam had a twin. And that he never talked about him.
I'm guessing it died at an early age. We'll find out.
I guess my grandpa didn't like history any more than my mom did.
How I Want to Remember My Brother by Sam Finch. The thing I remember is that when he made up his mind, that was it.
Yeah, I know some people like that. That's
My brother
cool.
said he'd die before he ate another mushroom. And he did.
Both analog sticks control both feet.
At
Kinda
Barbara's
cool.
funeral, we swore we'd never be afraid again. And he wasn't. I think Calvin always wanted to fly.
Oh, and I think he's about to.
Sam! Calvin! Dinner's ready! Coming!
Very
But
literally.
that day, he finally made up his mind to do it. I told him going around was impossible.
Every kid wants to do the fly around.
And maybe if I hadn't said that,
Maybe.
maybe if the wind hadn't picked up,
Branch is gonna break.
Calvin! I'm not gonna tell you again!
Here it comes.
then maybe he'd still be here.
Oh
But I
man!
doubt it.
Here he goes! Here he goes!
I think he'd already made up his mind.
Whoa! here we go.
That's what I want to remember about my brother.
How nice, he's the first kid ever to do it.
The day he made up his mind to fly. And he did.
That was cool.
Calvin's story felt strangely familiar. When I was younger, I remember trying to do the exact same thing.
We all did. What kid who has ever been on a swing set has not thought, hey, I want to wrap around the pole, go all the way around? It's, yeah. I used to, as a kid in, what was it, maybe 5th grade? I would swing as high as I could on the swing set at school. And then I would jump. I would literally do this. Me and my friend, we would jump. It was like we were goading each other into it.
Edie roped off Calvin's half of the room.
Like we were just trying to challenge each other, dare each other. Like, let's jump off at the very height of the swing. Like, once we get as high as we can, we just, boom, jump off. And that's what we used to do. And it was insane.
Mom said Grandpa Sam enlisted at 18 and never set foot in the room again.
That's a Russian nesting book.
The passages were a pretty tight fit. They'd obviously been built for smaller hands and bellies. Growing up, I always thought of Barbara as a child star. I never thought about how hard it must have been for her afterwards. Of all the stories people wrote about Barbara's death, I'm surprised Edie saved this one.
Old Jack here with another ghastly tale inspired by America's most unfortunate family. I'm calling it The Surprise Ending of Barbara Finch.
It's like Tales from the Crypt.
As a child star, Barbara was famous for her scream. Now at 16, she was all washed up. A has-been. But in a lucky break, she'd been asked to perform her signature scream at a local convention for monster movie fans. It was just to boost her career.
It'd be amazing to be a has-been at age 16.
Her scream hadn't aged well.
Oh no.
Getting better. I think you just need the right motivation.
Her biggest fan and current boyfriend, Rick, was about to demonstrate when...
Now that was a great scream.
It was Barbara's father, Sven. He'd slipped into a table saw and had to be rushed to the emergency room. So Barbara got stuck babysitting her youngest brother, Walter. Her convention comeback was canceled.
Okay, I'm hearing frustration, but I'm not hearing terror. What if I tried...
A gang of hoodlums in Halloween masks have been terrorizing Orcas Island tonight. Police are urging residents to...
That came from the basement.
You're right! Also, I loved your delivery on that. Why is your basement door locked?
Because my dad likes making puzzles and secret passages. There's a key hidden in the music box. The secret is to keep winding and winding until finally the key pops out.
Thanks, babe. I'll be back in a sec.
20 minutes later, Rick hadn't returned. So Barbara went to look for him, right on cue. She reached for the music box.
Oh, nice.
And as she wound the key, she listened for Rick, but the house was silent.
The music from Halloween. And now it's cool, they're actually letting you move around and play within the comic. Very, very cool. Very inventive.
She found Rick's crutch and imagined the worst.
Let's play pool. Awesome. 8-ball corner pocket.
The gang's leader is the infamous Hookman killer, Dr. Carl Hamill, who impaled and then ate his family 10 years ago tonight.
Alright, so obviously her boyfriend set this whole thing up in the hopes of obviously trying to get her scream back. But I think she's gonna die from being so scared once they pop out or whatever's gonna happen. Let's see.
The old fridge rattled and grew still.
Oh dear!
Oh!
Rick?
Barb, relax. I was just trying to scare you to help you find your scream.
Well, I'm not scared, Rick. I'm furious.
Then act furious. All I'm getting from you now is that you're hurt and confused and you're...
She threw him out.
And you're talking with a huge list, Rick.
To remember him by.
Barb, have you seen my other crutch?
And she was still holding it when she fell asleep watching the late picture show. Hours later...
Barbara! Walter, what's going on up there? Ah! Okay, I'm coming up, but if this is a trick, you're dead, Walter.
I just want to smash things in the house. I mean, spill on aisle 3.
Walter vanished, but his bedside radio was still on.
Orcas Island police describe the man as 6 feet tall, with a steel hook for a hand. Residents are urged to lock all doors and windows and notify the police of any suspicious activity.
Barbara turned, saw the hook man, and was speechless. He was quite smashing. And he was. He couldn't get enough of Barbara.
Okay, Barbara, there's gotta be another way out of here.
That night, she played her part beautifully.
Just come up behind this guy and just destroy him with the crutch. That would be awesome. Nice.
She wasn't moving, but she sensed the story might not be over yet.
So she grabbed a 12-gauge shotgun, finished it up. Should have just like got up on the banister and just like elbow dropped him from way up there. WWE style. Randy Savage, Macho Man style. That's what I'm talking about.
Vanished. She listened for his breathing, but all she heard was... dying to speak to young Barbara. At the door, she heard whispering. It was coming from inside the house.
Oh dear.
She won't scream, she just says, oh dear.
The monsters had come to surprise her. For Barbara, it was a dream come true. Then she saw what kind of monsters they were, and she realized what was about to happen. She was going to be famous. And with her final breath, Barbara Finch gave the performance of her life. I wasn't there myself, but I hear Barbara was magnificent. Poor girl. She had a taste for stardom. But unfortunately, so did her fans. Of course, the police blamed it all on poor Rick, who disappeared the same night. And little Walter? Hiding under his bed the whole time. He took it all pretty hard, but that's another story. As for Barbara, tucked inside the music box is all they ever found of her. Her ear. Now that's what I call a real eerie tale.
Oh boy. I guess I can't help but laugh. I mean, eerie tale. Okay, I'll take it.
Edie told me all Barbara wanted was to be remembered, as absurd as that comic was. Maybe what Edie saw was a happy ending.
Now you know we're going to the music box and getting that key. I mean, that's happening.
I guess now I know why Mom didn't like me playing with the music box. Whenever people ask me about my family, the first thing they always want to know about is Barbara. Edie's father, Odin, built the original house.
Alright, here we go. Let's do this. See if it works. Bingo.
Mom said the basement was off limits, unless I wanted another tetanus shot.
Place. Table saw.
I saw Edie sneak down to the basement once, carrying packages. I thought maybe she was hiding presents. It turned out she was hiding a lot more than that. I remember asking Mom once about where Walter had gone. She said after Barbara died, he got as far away as he could.
So they got a bomb shelter. That's
If
cool.
there's a pattern in all these stories, I think it's that none of us has gotten very far.
Goodbye, everyone. I can't believe I've been down here for 30 years. On that first day, after the shaking started, I didn't think I'd survive a week. But after a few days, I settled into a routine. That's what kept me sane. Having a schedule, living for today. I always expected to be dead tomorrow. But if you wait long enough, you get used to anything. Even a monster on the other side of the door starts to feel normal. Almost friendly. And then one day, everything just stopped.
That was 2005.
Whatever that thing was, it was gone.
He's gonna die.
Maybe it got tired of waiting. Or maybe I just got tired of being afraid. It's been a week now, the longest in 30 years. I'm done waiting. I have to leave while I still can.
It's like McGruff the Crime Dog cereal or something.
I know it's out there, somewhere. Whatever killed Barbara and Molly and Calvin. Maybe this is all a mistake. But I need to stop living the same day, even if it kills me. Whatever's out there, I want you to know I'm ready for it. I'm going to appreciate all of it. Especially the food. I don't mind if I only have a year left. Or a month. Or a single week. I'd be happy with one new day. I can already imagine the sun on my face.
Walter died when I was 6. I can't believe my mom never told me he was down here. I'm sure my mom was trying to protect me.
I don't want to go down there just yet. game is so dark. It's hard to see anything. Let's bump up the brightness a little bit. Which seems to have helped slightly. Still really can't see anything. Alright, let's try it a little more. It's like full brightness was the way to go on this one, because now I can actually... The game still really looks quite dark, but I can actually see what's going on.
Mom must have locked the third floor stairs on the night we left.
Well, that was about the only other place I thought we could go at this point, so... Probably just head back down to the basement, the bomb shelter. Coming out of that tunnel there, there's suicidal Uncle Walter. That was very, coming out of that tunnel with the train tracks like that. It's very, vanishing of Ethan Carter. Like, it's basically how that game begins. Dude, it is so dark. Now it seems like way too light, way too bright in here. White it out. I gotta change it. think that's about what it was before. Yeah.
Maybe she was afraid I'd end up like Walter. But if she never told me about an uncle under the house...
Oh, okay. So this guy, Walter, was the mole man living underneath the house. Yeah, I know. A little slow, but I put it together.
I can only imagine what else she was hiding. I don't want to make the same mistakes she made.
Brown rice. I don't think there's a child in the world that wants to make the same mistakes that their parents made.
Trying to bury something that's still alive. Now that there's only one of us left, or maybe two, I thought it was time I heard the stories for myself and found out what happened to everyone else. But now I'm worried the stories themselves might be the problem. Maybe we believed so much in a family curse, we made it real. I don't know if I should even be writing this. Maybe it'd be better if all this just died with me. But I thought you should know about your family.
Oh, I wonder if someone's reading her story right now then. I wonder if that's where this is going.
And the history you're a part of. Though to be honest, I feel as lost as you probably do right now. I think the people in these stories believed them, for what that's worth.
I don't know if you can hear it, but if you can hear the clucking and the gobble gobble gobble, there's like a bunch of turkeys just outside my sliding door right now. It's pretty hilarious. Well, I gotta say, thus far, man, this game is interesting.
And when you look at the house, that history of imagination and stubbornness and madness.
Maybe it's the three eyes. That's what this game is. It's interesting. It's innovative in its storytelling, and it is insane in its story content.
Any of it seems possible.
I don't even know if I'm going the right way.
I think we've been surrounded by death for so long, we've just gotten used to it. What kind of family finishes building a cemetery before starting the house? It's embarrassing for me to admit this, but the pet cemetery made me more uncomfortable than the human one. 3 of the gerbils were mine, and 2 had been my fault. Sven built the house, but it was Edie who designed the cemetery.
Wow, he lived a long time. Sven, not so much. Calvin. I guess the patriarchs of the family get their spot over here or something. Molly with the cat. Calvin with the flying, the space shuttle. Sven with the building. The book. Edie. Walter with the tunneling. And Barbara. Hollywood star.
I'm sure Odin's monument had been Edie's idea. My mom was always trying to move on, but for Edie, the past never went away. She could see it poking out of the water at low tide. Edie said she dreamed about the old house every night. Edie's side was always easier for me to understand. But the older I get, the more I can see where my mom was coming from. Her dad had been pretty strict, but it wasn't enough to save her brothers. She was just trying to do better. She lost 2 of her brothers, just like I did. I get why she tried so hard to protect us.
So much of the family I haven't even got to investigate.
We never found Milton's body, so my mom insisted we were putting up a monument, not a tombstone. There's so many things I wish I could ask my mom now. Part of me thinks this is what she wanted all along. For me to come back someday and find everything out for myself.
Man, I don't know if I'd go up there. It just seems old and rickety and ready to collapse. Like you might be the next Finch.
But looking back on it now...
Fatality.
If she told me there was going to be so much climbing, I never would have come when I was 22 weeks pregnant.
What? What? You're 22 weeks pregnant and you're doing this stupid stuff right now? Come on. And you're 17. Alright. Like, Winger. She's only 17. Shout out to Kip Winger. Kip, if you're watching, talk to me. Call me. Got some ideas. Next Winger album. Okay, I see the ladder now. In the darkness. Goodness.
I never met Grandpa Sam, but I think he and my mom had a lot in common. They were both pretty intense. Instead of hiding from death, Sam seemed to go out of his way to meet it.
He looks like Stan Lee.
Dawn, I promise, you'll never forget this weekend.
Yes, sir.
These memories are going to last a lifetime.
Am I gonna have to shoot anything?
It's a hunting trip, Dawn. Shooting is strongly encouraged.
What? It's too early, Dad. Okay.
Perfect.
It's gonna rain the whole weekend, isn't it? I will never forget this weekend, Dad.
That's the spirit. Smile, Dawn. Okay, got it.
taking pictures, okay?
Just be careful. That camera's older than you are.
Definitely should not have drunk all that coffee.
You're
Hey!
That's a keeper.
Hilarious.
I'm just saying, I'm not always gonna be here, Don. You'll need to remember this stuff, if you want to survive.
I'll be fine, Dad.
You know who else thought he was gonna be fine?
Some guy who died.
Don, I'm being serious.
I know, Dad. You're always serious. Doesn't being out here make you want to chill out?
Well, to tell you the truth, I haven't been out here in 20 years. Last time I was with my brother Calvin. Man, that was a great trip. Your grandpa Sven taught us how to fish, how to build a fire. We found an old logging trail. There were deer everywhere. I bet if I could remember where that trail was, we'd spot a buck for you in no time. Don, don't you think you could find something more interesting to photograph? Give me a minute to check the map. Let's see. Maybe. Or was it? It could have been.
Dad!
Good eyes, Don. Before you take the shot, let me get a picture of it.
Dad, I...
Let me get behind you.
Do I have to do this?
Don, you don't have to do anything. But if you want to survive, you'll need to be strong. Great shot, Don!
Selfie? What are we doing?
I'm proud of you, Don. Always remember that, okay? Sorry, Don. Just gotta reset the timer.
Dad, it's twitching. I think
That's
it's
totally
so...
normal, Don. Just focus on the camera. Try not to think about...
Dad!
Dang. Looks like that buck wasn't going down without a fight.
Of all these stories, that's the one I wish most that my mom had told me. Sam spent his life shooting photos, but Mom said he got nervous being in front of the camera. I guess we're all afraid of something.
Sam was an outdoorsman. Loved the nature. Nothing wrong with that. Even if you millennial sissies have been pre-programmed to think that hunting is wrong. Oh, you guys are twisted.
After Sam died, my mom and Edie got really close. They'd both lost a lot.
Alright, and that's where I'm going to leave it. What, you say? Why don't you play the rest of the game? Why don't you go out and buy the game? It seems really good, and if you want to know what happens, I'm not going to spoil it for you. Anyway, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please hit like. Also click subscribe. And tune in for some more sweetness whenever that happens. I really haven't been playing a ton of video games lately. This is the first time in a while. So, hope everything is well with you. And may God bless you and keep you. This is Staying Classy from Integrity Gamer, saying peace out and God bless. Peace.